In this video we will focus on installing different utilities to boost our productivity while working with AWS services. The first thing we will install is Git. As you probably know, Git is a powerful tool that can help streamline the software development process. It is the most widely used version control system in the world, and we will be definitely using it during our course series. So to do that, let's open Ubuntu subsystem in our Windows terminal. And then type sudo apt update command, which will refresh the package list from the repositories. apt is a short for Advanced Package Tool. It is a command line utility for package management in Ubuntu and other Debian-based Linux distributions. It is used to install, remove and update software packages from the repositories. To install Git, let's type sudo apt install git command and press enter. It's been successfully installed, and to verify that, type git version command. The command is successful and we can see the version of our Git utility. The next thing to install is a command line tool to interact with AWS services. Up until this moment, we were doing everything in the AWS console, or in other words, in the user interface. And AWS CLI allows to do that from the terminal. Follow the link provided in the GitHub repo. And here you can see installation instructions for different systems. Since we already have Ubuntu Linux running on top of Windows, we need to follow instructions for Linux. Let's copy this set of commands and paste them into terminal. Now AWS CLI is being downloaded. And here we've got an error. Looks like Ubuntu doesn't recognize the unzip command, which means that unzip utility is not installed. Let's install it by using apt. Type sudo apt install unzip. And we have successfully installed it. Now we need to rerun the failed command. The file has been successfully unzipped. Let's copy and paste the last command from the set. It has run successfully. Now type AWS version. Here we go, we have it installed and the CLI version is 2.10. Let's move on to the next step, which is to install Terraform. Terraform is an open source infrastructure as code tool that allows you to describe and provision infrastructure resources in a cloud environment. Now follow the first link from the GitHub repo. Click on the Linux tab and copy the commands to install some product dependencies. Dependencies have been successfully installed. The second link will forward you to the instructions page. We need the first set of instructions, which are for Ubuntu and Debian-based Linux distros. First instruction is already done when we were installing the dependencies. Let's start with the second one and download the signing key. We will not go deep into what is signing key, fingerprint and keyring. We just follow the instructions for the moment. If you scroll a little bit up, you will see that the download is successful. Now let's verify the key's fingerprint. You can see that the fingerprint that I've got is identical to what we have in the documentation. So I'm good to proceed. Next, we need to add one more entry to our repository list. Copy and paste the command into our Ubuntu terminal. Alright, now we need to update our repository list, since we just added a new entry into the repository. It is updated, and the last step is to install the product. Here the instructions are for installing the console product, but we need to install Terraform. So we just copy the first part of the command, sudo apt install, and then type in Terraform. Now Terraform has been successfully installed. Type in Terraform version. Everything looks good. Another thing we need to install is Boto3. Boto3 is AWS Software Development Kit or SDK for Python, which allows developers to write software that makes use of AWS services. Basically, it is just a regular Python package or library. To install it, we need to use pip utility. Pip is a package manager for Python that is used to install, upgrade, and manage Python packages and their dependencies. So let's type pip install Boto3. Apparently we do not have it installed. Let's do that by typing sudo apt install python3 pip. The installation is completed. Now rerun the Boto3 installation command. And this part is also done. So we have achieved everything that we planned in this lesson. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.